Corey Wayne claims to understand one of the most complex things in the world, and those are relationships and then women, okay? Pretty difficult things to understand, trust me, I know. But the first thing I want to say is this, guys. Obviously, there's something wrong out there because in reality, we have a 50% divorce rate in America. And on top of that, listen to this, guys, right? In the book, How to Become a 3% Man, Corey Wayne goes over every single detail when it comes to how to get the dream girl, how to do this, and how to do that. But I do want to say this. In this book review, we're actually going to cover if it's legit or if it's not legit. Now, I have not read this book 10 to 15 times like Corey Wayne recommends, but I have read around 3 to 5 times. So I guess that gives me some type of credibility when it comes to actually reviewing this book. Now, in this book review, I'm going to share with you guys 3 pieces of nuggets, 3 pieces of information, and these are the most important parts of the book. So if you want to just watch the book review and the summary, you kind of can. And if you still want to read the book, I'm going to give you a way to actually get it for free later on in the video, so stick around for that. Now, here's the thing, guys. My name is TommyBryson. I'm an accountant, and I've been doing YouTube for around 1.5 days now. But I do post videos every single day, so make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I post a new video, which is literally every single day. Book reviews, how to make more money, and everything you can possibly think of that actually helps you. Now, make sure you hit the like button because it really helps the channel out. And on top of that, I promise you a way to actually get this book for free. Just click the link down below, get an Audible trial, register for the trial, get the book for free. If you can't afford it, just cancel it, and you still get to keep the book, okay? Just click the link down below, register for 1 month trial, and you'll get the book for free. Now, I do want to ask you guys one question. Let me know why you want to read this book. Is it to get the girl of your dreams? Is it because you're in a marriage and you want to improve it? Is it because you want to get out of a bad relationship? Comment down below and let me know. And again, I ask you guys to comment because there's one thing that's guaranteed, and it's people that affirm their goals and talk about their goals actually have a better chance of actually achieving their goals when they're writing things down. So that's why I asked you guys to actually write down exactly what your goal is with this book. Comment down below and let me know. So now that you commented, I want to clarify one thing before we actually start the video, and it's what's this book actually about? What's the How to Become a 3% Man actually about? What are you going to get from this book? What does Corey Wayne actually promise you? And here's the answer to that question. It's this. It's supposed to be a book about how to get your dream girl, but in reality, it turned out to be a book about a blueprint and how to do several things with that dream girl. Either get her, keep her, or basically just walk away from that relationship. Now, I do want to clarify one thing, guys, and it's that this book went from being a simple blueprint and how to get women to actually being an entire blueprint about human behavior and how that works. So by reading this book, you should basically get an understanding of how you should actually be and why you are basically the way you are, and why that has a reaction that it actually has on the people that you want to attract or the people that you don't want to attract. Now, I do want to say something, right? Because I just told you what this book is, but I also want to clarify what this book is not. And the first thing is this. This is not a book about manipulation tactics, although you possibly can, okay? Once you have all this information, by the way, I've read the book around like 3 to 5 times, and trust me, like when I'm walking around, I basically know exactly what's going on around me. I know exactly what I'm doing all the time, and it's kind of like very powerful in the sense that I can do whatever I want to do and manipulate situations, but it's not supposed to be that at all. It's supposed to be a book teaching you exactly how to get what you want, but I'm pretty sure some people out there that don't really know how to use this new power are going to use it to manipulate people that they really shouldn't be doing. So I don't really recommend that. So don't manipulate people by using this book. Just use the book for your goals and to achieve what you want to achieve. The second thing is this. This is not a guide to get your ex back, okay? So if you want to get your ex back, that's not what it is, you know? And Corey Wayne does a very good job at teaching you one thing, you know? This is not a book about going back to your hometown, getting that girl that rejected you that one time, and you were very mad about it, and you cried, but no one really knew about it, okay? Well, it's not a book about that. It's actually a book about finding something new that you actually want, that actually meets your criteria. And I know it sounds like you're going like grocery shopping, but it completely makes sense in the book. So just stick around and watch. Okay, so just trust me and stick around for the entire video because I will explain later on in the video. Now, the third thing is this. It's not a book that's set in stone. What I mean is this, okay? It's not a book that just teaches you exactly what Corey Wayne wants, what he does, what he this, and oh, no. It's a book that teaches you exactly how to use your skills as a person and get what you want to achieve. So you can actually morph the book into whatever you want to morph it into to get the benefits that you actually want to get from it. And something I really like, because I don't like books that are just like, hey, do this, do that, do this, do this. Well, what if I don't want to do that? Well, too bad, you know, you don't do it, you don't get it. I like books that allow you to actually morph the methods to actually get the results that you actually want. Kind of like customizable, okay? So comment down below and let me know, do you understand what this book is? Do you understand what this book is not? Let me know in the comments down below, what do you think so far? Again, comment down below, because that way you learn more and more of the information is saved in your mind. Just by listening to me, you're not gonna get all the information and you probably won't remember. But by you participating and actually writing things down, then that way you have a more likely chance to actually improve by around 70%, I think, that you're gonna remember things that I'm actually saying and you're actually gonna practice them. So now that you commented, I'm gonna go over exactly what are the 3 main parts to this book, exactly what Corey Wayne intended to do when he wrote the 3% Man and How to Get the Perfect Dream Girl, whatever it is, you know. I'm gonna tell you guys the 3 most important parts. So if you wanna stay here and actually just hear the summary, you don't have to read the book after. But if you can get the book for free, because you can, because I'll give you a link down below, just get the book either way and still read the book. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is actually an abundance mentality. Now, what do I mean by having an abundance mentality? What I mean is this. It's kind of like that old saying that people say that, for example, like, hey, there's a lot of fish in the sea, just get over it, you know, you're gonna find somebody else, you know, but you never really want to hear that because you want to think about this one girl. And I remember when I was growing up, I always used to think about love and relationships, kind of like saying like, oh my gosh, you know, I'm gonna find this one girl, I'm gonna fall in love with her, I'm gonna get married, I'm gonna have a monkey, I'm just gonna be happy as heck. But in reality, I came to find out that I got that entire illustration just by watching Aladdin, okay? That's all really. I watched Aladdin, I watched fairy tales, and I thought, hey, this is what it's supposed to be, okay? And coming from a 12-year-old mind, in reality, that's not what it's supposed to be. And as an adult, you know, as living in the real world, you come to find out that relationships are kind of like based by trial and error. So you keep trying out things and you keep learning different things and you keep like dating different people to actually find out exactly what you like and to actually find out like, hey, I'm into this, I'm not into this, like, okay, no way, or yeah, you know, it's kind of like all about deciding exactly what you want, and the only way you can actually do that is by having an abundant mentality and not getting caught up on one girl, especially this one thing, okay? In the book, Corey Wayne makes a big point to actually say this one thing, and it's that, hey, if you get rejected by a girl, okay, just move on. There's other fish in the sea. Don't get hanged up on that. Move on. Try something different. Go see something else. You don't want to waste your time trying to convince someone that doesn't like you to like you. It's not a fairy tale. There's a lot of people out there that would like you for being the person you are and being confident and all that stuff. By the way, by being the person you are, I don't mean that you're living in your mom's basement playing video games all day. You're like 150 pounds, but you're only like 3 feet tall. That's not what I'm talking about. Now, the second most important nugget in this book is basically knowing what you want and knowing what you don't want. Now, what do I mean by this? Okay, what I mean is this. In the book, Corey makes a big point in saying this. You know, you gotta know exactly what you want. And the only way to do that is by writing it down and saying like, hey, I want a girl with blonde hair, brown hair, black hair, red hair. She looks like this. She has this type of figure. She exercises. She has a good personality. She's talkative. She's communicative. Like whatever it is, you write it down, and then that way, when it comes across you, you know exactly like, hey, this is the person I actually want to be with. And on top of that, the side note, the vice versa is like, hey, you know, you also have to know what you don't want. And you have to cut that out as soon as possible. So for example, I know most of people out there probably experienced this before. And it's that you see a lot of people out there that are in this relationship that's very toxic. By the way, it comes to your friends, your parents, or like your cousins, like whoever it is. Like you probably know someone that is just like this. You know, they're with this person in this relationship, but they don't even want to be there. And in reality, this comes from a lack of self-esteem, a lack of understanding that, hey, there's an abundance out there of like a lot of women, a lot of men, whatever you want to get, you know? So you don't really have to be with someone that you don't want to be with. And it comes from insecurities and all that stuff. So in reality, when it comes to talking about what you want and what you don't want, it's just making the decision that, hey, I want this, I don't want this. If I thought you with this and you ended up being this, well, bye-bye. I don't want you. That's it, period. And I remember this one example in the book where Corey goes out on a date with this girl, and turns out that she didn't really describe herself as she was in her picture. It was like a picture from like 3 years ago, and now all of a sudden she doesn't look like her picture anymore. And he definitely said this. This is what he said. You know, thank you for coming out here. I'm not interested. You're dishonest, and I don't want to spend my time or waste my time with people that are dishonest. And he just walked away. That's knowing what you want and what you don't want, which I really appreciate. Now, the third most important nugget is maintenance once you have this dream woman that you actually want, okay? Now, Tommy, what is this? You know, sounds very like crazy, okay? What is it? Like, you're not talking about maintenance like a building. What are you talking about? Well, I'm talking about, well, once you find this dream girl, it doesn't stop there, you know? And I know a lot of people out there that have these relationships, and all of a sudden, like, they did everything in the beginning to actually get that person, and then once they're with them, they start they stop going to the gym, they stop doing what they have to do, they look slavish, they're not trying anymore, they're not taking out their girlfriend, they're not doing anything. And it's all about maintenance and understanding that, you know, once you're in a relationship, it doesn't stop there. By the way, the best example I can possibly think of right now of this is basically, you're supposed to treat like your lady or your wife or your girlfriend exactly how you treated her before you actually got her. And I heard that phrase before, but I never really thought about it until I actually read it in the book, you know? So basically, if you got her flowers, you treated her special, you asked her how's your day going, you actually listened, and you actually paid attention, and you treated her like, you know, like a good person or whatever, well, you know, that's how you're supposed to treat her later on, you know? By the way, this book teaches you a lot of things that you shouldn't be doing, because a lot of people out there, for example, I know a lot of people out there that they meet this one girl, and all of a sudden they buy them like a Gucci purse, like a Gucci glasses or whatever it is. And then like 2 months later you hear like, hey, yeah, she dumped me. Like it didn't work out, you know, whatever. And now this girl has a collection of bags from guys that basically give her a whole bunch of free stuff just because they quote unquote liked her, fell in love with her. And they were like, you know, she was like the Jasmine of the entire relationship, you know. So it's very important to understand, hey, maintaining a relationship is very important, and knowing what you want is very important, and also understand that there's an abundance out there is also very important. So let me know in the comments down below, which one of these 3 nuggets do you think is the most important? 1, is it the abundance mentality, knowing that there's a lot of options out there? Is it 2, understanding what you want and what you don't want? Let me know. Number 3, understand that after you get into a relationship, it's gonna take maintenance. Like for example, I have friends out there, right? They've been in a relationship for like maybe like 1 year. And once they got into a relationship, they let themselves go completely, and now they just look like, you know, like completely different, okay? They let themselves go completely, and all of a sudden their girlfriend falls out of love with them, and they're like, oh man, I don't know what happened, you know, I was just like sitting in the TV, I was looking at TV all day, and I just stopped caring about things, but I don't know what happened, bro, you know? So comment down below and let me know which one of these 3 nuggets you think is one of the most important ones. And trick question, they're all important. All of them, okay? All of them are important. So now that you commented, I want to go over my final thoughts, and here they are. Do I recommend this book or do I not recommend this book? And the answer is yes, I recommend this book. It's a great book. And if you can't afford it, buy it down below. I have a link down below to actually buy the entire paperback. But if you can't afford it and you don't want to spend $40 on a book, you just get the Audible membership for free for 1 month. Get the trial. And if you've already done it, okay, listen to this, guys. I can't say this, but if you've already done it, just make a new email. You get it again. You get it for like one entire month. You get 2 free books. You cancel it if you can't afford it. And then guess what happens? You get 2 free books, and you get to keep them after you're done with the entire like trial or whatever, okay? Don't tell anybody I told you that. And if you're wondering, Tommy, why are you doing a book review about relationships? This is a financial channel. The answer is that, hey, money is great, but you can't marry money. And statistics show, by the way, if you look at Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, all these people that are super successful, they all have one thing in contingent, okay? And it's that they have very powerful women behind them. And they know exactly what they want and what they got, and they have very supportive people around them all the time. So imagine if you marry this negative person in your life and you're trying to be an entrepreneur, and you can't even get to the place you want to get because you're with someone that's not really supporting you in the way you actually want to support you, okay? So it's very important to actually get this book. That's why I'm doing this book review, because it's very helpful and it teaches you how to maintain a relationship, how to get a relationship, and actually stay in the relationship or just like quit out of a relationship because it doesn't really work for you, okay? So that's why I did this book review. And as always, guys, thank you for watching the video. If you liked the video, go ahead and click the like button. It really helps the channel out a ton. You won't believe how much 1 like helps this YouTube channel. Well, I'll tell you. A lot, okay? And if you want to subscribe, go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I post a new video, which is literally every single day. So every day you get to learn something new for free for now, until I may start making courses, okay? But for now, get it all for free while you still can. And as always, guys, if you want to talk to me one-on-one, uno a uno, just DM me on Instagram at TommyBryson. And if you want to talk to all of us here in the community, just join our Discord. We're only going to open 100 spots, so join it while you still can, because at the end of the year, we're going to open up a lot more. But for now, for this entire year, only 100 people are going to be able to join the Discord. I'll see you guys next time on the next video. Thank you for watching, and peace.
You've got to start it